What is up, my friends, and you are very welcome along to our social media reaction here on the Anfield Agenda Clips channel. Connor has gone on to social media to try and find how you guys were reacting to events as the game unfolded today in London, and I'm going to react to them in real time. I haven't seen them yet, so I've no idea what everyone's been saying. I'm going to go through them, give you my take on your takes, and of course ask you guys to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to the Anfield Agenda Clips channel and drop a like on the video. Look, I want to start off with a little word of warning. Just seen a post from Paul Gorst that said, Mo Salah in his post-match mix zone said, "If I speak today, there will be fire." So, again, all is not well. And it seems like that there is stuff going on behind the scenes. Maybe we'll find out what it is before we come back on for tonight's 8:30 show. But right now, let's get into your social media reactions and see how you were feeling during that game. Right, first one up comes from Samuel on X, who said, Ryan Gravenberch appreciation post. Exceptional again. Deserves to start the rest of the remaining games. Very much in agreement with you, Samuel. He was our man of the match. We did a vote after the game, and of the over 5,000 votes on it, Ryan Gravenberch was voted the man of the match, and I agree. Exactly as you've said, mate, you should start every game for the remainder of the campaign, and it's great to see him show some form at the end of the season. It's been very worrying to drop off from Dominic Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, and surely Ryan Gravenberch has to be the main beneficiary of that, because he's shown that he wants to be out there, and I thought he created a lot today. I loved his late runs as well. He just gives us an extra dimension coming from midfield, so I very much agree with you, Samuel, and I hope he does start the remainder of the games. Next up, our friend Jack Gill. How are you, sir? Always lovely to see you. And we still talk about the Jack Gill 6-0 here on the channel, so always lovely to see Jack. Jack said, maybe we don't want Spurs to beat Arsenal tomorrow. There's genuinely more chance we miss out on top 4 now than win the league at this point. I mean, I don't know what to say, Jack, mate. It's fallen away, hasn't it? And it's so horribly frustrating to see, you know, whatever about finishing a bit behind City or Arsenal in the title race, you know, dropping off by a point or two, but 5 points from 15, losing at home to Palace, losing to Everton, then going, turning around the deficit at West Ham and conceding again to bring it back to 2-2. They're just not playing for the manager anymore, and yes, change feels like it's probably due, but I don't like seeing Jurgen go out like this. I don't. And words from the players have been cheap. 3 games to go, and I don't think it's rescuable. You know, the league title certainly isn't rescuable, but I just don't understand it. I don't understand why they're not running through a brick wall for the manager anymore. It's very concerning to me, and I'm really saddened by it all, to be honest with you, and I'm sure you are as well, Jack, knowing you as I do. Next one up, Matt Thielen said, has Klopp lost the dressing room? I guess that's a question, Matt, that a lot of us are asking ourselves, and there are, you know, fractions there you can see, or friction, sorry, I should say. Well, I guess there are fractions as well, but it's never a great look when your manager and any player is arguing on the sideline, let alone your manager and your star player in Mohamed Salah. You know, people who've had a very good relationship, it seemed publicly, him and Mo, over the years, but for whatever reason now, as we said earlier on, Mohamed Salah in the mix zone said, if I speak today, there will be fire. And I always come down on the side of a manager in these debates. If it's manager versus player, you respect the manager. So for me, Mo should be sitting on the bench between now and the time he leaves the club. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all the drama around him over the years. We'll never forget what he's done on the pitch, but I also don't forget the contract negotiations that distracted us, his agent or representative on social media winding the fans up, and all the fall-offs after AFCONs and stuff. So, look, it's not ending in a great way for anybody, and it does feel like, as Matt said, the manager may have lost that dressing room. And I never, ever, ever thought I'd be saying those words about these players and Jurgen Klopp. Never. Those Scouts lads said, in all my years watching footy, I've never seen a referee stop a game, tell a player to go down and call the physio on. That ball was live and Gakpo should have just put it in. So I've got to be honest and say I only seen a little bit of this in real time. My own community were up in arms about it. Our own team at Anfield Agenda behind the scenes were up in arms about it. But one thing I will say is, this entire campaign, officials across the whole league have been awful. You know, and every club has suffered it, and every set of fans are angry about it. But apparently, we're all supposed to just keep sucking it up because Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, and the other in their infinite wisdom on Sky, just want us all to keep shutting up. Referees can keep having howler after howler, and we all just have to accept it. It stinks, mate. It stinks. Now, Anthony Taylor is not the reason we didn't win that game today. But the standard of officiating this year has been an absolute disgrace. VAR has been a joke in the Premier League. And it's not just Liverpool that have suffered. Every club's fan base will have their own 6 or 7 incidents this season that they feel that they've been absolutely robbed on. And something needs to change. Wilco said, got the feeling Klopp lost a massive amount of respect from the players by the way he dealt with the whole I am leaving story. I don't know. Mate, I don't know. What I will say is, if I was a player, let's say, like Dominic Szoboszlai, who came into the club to play for Jurgen Klopp, and was signed by Jurgen Klopp, and then I hear 3-4 months in that the manager's announcing that he's leaving, I'd probably be a little bit annoyed about that as well, if I'm being honest with you. But again, I don't know what way the club was sold to Szoboszlai or Endo or any of the other players who came in. You can talk and we can all question the timing of it. Ultimately, I think there's some credibility to both sides of it. If it was going to be leaked and if the club wanted to control the narrative, I get what they spoke about it. But ultimately, we seen that they were fighting for the manager in these initial weeks after he made his announcement. But recently, they just don't seem to look like they care, mate. And that's unacceptable regardless if the manager's going in a week, a month, 10 years' time. You're playing for the badge as well. And those players just aren't. And that needs to be spoken about more. They're not putting the shift in for the players, for each other, for the fans, for the manager, for the staff. It's just not good enough. Liverpool FF said, Salah has no right whatsoever to have a go at Klopp. He's been terrible lately and does not deserve to start. So I have to say again, I don't know what was said to spark the incident, but I don't disagree about him being terrible lately or deserving to be on the bench. But look, I think you'll see from today, he ain't staying at Liverpool Football Club. Whether you're Mohamed Salah FC, a diehard Jurgen Klopp fan, or just a plain old Liverpool fan, it doesn't really matter. You can see he ain't happy, and it's time to change this page on the story and cash in and get as much as we can. That's the fairest I can be about it, my man. And that is it, our friends, from our player, or from our social media reactions, excuse me. Do let us know your thoughts on all the subjects that we spoke about there. If you want to be included in the future as well, make sure to tag us in any of your posts on social media around the game, and we'll do our best to get you guys in. I do appreciate all of your support here on the channel. Don't forget, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the Anfield Agenda Clips channel here, as well as, of course, the main channel if you haven't done so. And again, a massive thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped. You can get yourself 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping on manscaped.com with our code Anfield20. You can scan the QR code or use the link in the description. I'll see you guys tonight at 8:30 over on the main channel. Until then, thank you for watching. Bye bye.